15. Working lunch now on BBC Two with Naga Munchetti and Declan Curry.
Thank you. Now, there is something magical about old cinema buildings, the romance and the elegance of it all, but repairing and restoring them is far from cheap.
Enthusiasts have invested more than £1 million to preserve a 1930s cinema for a modern audience. Rob, a big fan of the movies himself, went along to take a look, and he never misses a chance to get into character.
Howdy partner, this here is Evesham and Worcestershire in the Wild West, Midlands. There's only room in this town for one cinema, and this is it. Yeehaw! What a hammer. But this is the Regal cinema in Evesham. It's been closed for years now, but it's being restored by a team keen to bring the glories of an Art Deco cinema to a modern audience. A landmark building from the outside, inside it's a reminder of how cinema was back in the 1930s. Many of the original features are still in place, and now they're being brought back to life. It won over a father and son business team with a love of architecture who've been scouring the country looking to invest in a traditional cinema which they could restore.
Right. So we've got no options really?
No, not really.
It's going to look like it did when it first opened, but with a few modern twists and enhancements, but the fundamental feeling would be very much like it was originally. So we want to try and go back to the original colour schemes and be as authentic in every respect that we can. So we'll be reinstating all the original safety gas lighting, all sorts of details. So it'll be quite a unique experience then.
Downstairs there'll be candlelit tables seating people, so harking back to the old days in cabaret style, with a bar on the back wall to service those patrons sitting downstairs. And anything of architectural value will be reinstated, restored, cleaned up, and put back into place as it should be.
OK, now I've got your attention. I'd like to draw your gaze to some of the fine architectural elements of this building. Up above me on either side, we've got the organ vents, which date back to 1932. In front of me, a scooped-out floor, one of only two in the entire country. And overhead, a domed ceiling that stretches right across the entire length of the building. There's been strong support in the town for the project. There are 300 volunteers here and 750 people have donated money. There's also been a loan from the Wychavon District Council towards the £1.2 million costs. Local historian Rob Hemming loves the cinema so much he wrote a book about the appeal of the Regal.
I first came here when I was 5 in 1961, and I've been coming ever since. I last came in 2001 actually, where I was the only one in here to watch Jurassic Park.
There's a big nostalgic element, but do you think there's a place for something like this in the modern world?
Oh God, yes, yes. And this is going to be the ethos of this place. You know, they're going to make this actually a rounded night out. You're coming out of a meal, bite to eat a drink, watch a film. You know, as I said, it'll be multi-functions, so you'll have shows here, concerts, anything you want. Anybody wants to hire it for whatever they want, it can be used for that. But it maintains that character. It's still a deco cinema. You're still wrapped up in this nostalgic package, only updated. That's the beauty of it. I think it'll be a gem.
OK, so the refurbishment work is well underway. There'll be a trial showing of some movies in the next few months, and the whole centre will be up and running by June next year. So that's your happy ending. And I was about to get on a horse and ride off into the sunset, but frankly, the budget doesn't stretch to a horse. I mean, look at this. It's a plastic water pistol. You seeing your partner?
He couldn't afford the horse there, so we've got a horse here for him.
Indeed,
just round the corner.
It's called